How's it going here? Welcome back to the channel. And today I got the OnePlus Nord N200 5G. This phone has got some good deals here on carriers in the US like T-Mobile or Metro by T-Mobile, where you can essentially get it for free if you just pay a few fees if you trade in a phone, or you can buy it directly from T-Mobile for about $216, or directly from OnePlus or Amazon for about $240. So I think for the price, I think this is going to be an attractive option for a lot of people, but you still probably want to know how the cameras perform. And so I'm going to show you a bunch of photos and videos in both good and low light conditions so you can see for yourself. But I think at this price point, you should temper your expectations. Most phones at this price point, you'll get decent performance and good lighting conditions, but of course in low light, performance tends to suffer, and the Nord N200 5G is no exception. But take a look at all the photos and videos, let me know what you think. Also let me know if you're going to pick up a Nord N200 5G or maybe you've already got one. I want to know, drop a comment down below, and let's go ahead and check out the photos and videos.
That sound, I got that heat, let's go.
Hey everyone, so here's a quick clip with front-facing cameras on the Nord N200 5G. And so I'm just going to pan around here to give you a feel for what the image quality looks like. Here's a pan up. You can see start to blow out that sky because that's what most front-facing cameras will do. It'll try to focus on the subject, which is me, and it'll blow out that sky. But as I fully tilt up, you can see it re-exposed for the sky properly. And that's the image quality that you can expect here from the front-facing camera for that kind of a scene. And I'll pan back down to me, and we'll go ahead and start walking this way to test stabilization a little bit. And I've also got the fountain to my left, so you can kind of hear how the microphones are handling that, and if it's canceling out enough noise for you there, but a good background noise test as well with some stabilization. So there's a quick look at the front-facing cameras on OnePlus Nord N200 5G. Hey everyone, so here's some low light video at 1080p 30 frames per second from the OnePlus Nord N200 5G. This can only shoot up to 1080p 30 frames per second, so this is the max resolution and frame rate here. And just going to pan around to get a feel for what it looks like here in these lighting conditions. You can see a little bit of focus hunting going on, and those lights are actually blinking, so it's not necessarily the camera, they're actually flickering. And if I look at how it's handling that really bright street light there, it's actually doing very well. Other phones would flare that out a lot more. So doing actually pretty well with some bright lights here, but you can see that it's trying to brighten up the scene, so there is a good amount of noise in the sky there. And we'll go ahead and pan this way so we can start walking to test stabilization here in some low light. And this will also test out some of the light transition here. So as I walk from that pretty well lit scene, we'll see how it handles some much darker conditions as we round the corner. And it's already starting to get darker, and just like in the previous scene, it's trying to brighten up everything, at least what I'm seeing here in the viewfinder, and it's definitely doing it at the expense of some noise. But we'll go ahead and pull up here in the walkway. I'll pan up so you get to see what that night sky looks like. It's not completely pitch black. There is some light pollution around here, so if you want that frame of reference what I'm seeing with my own eyes. And I'll go ahead and pan this way, and you can see it's dark down this alleyway with some mixture of lighting, so a little bit of a blended lighting condition there for you here. So that's the Hey friends, so here's some low light video from the OnePlus Nord N200. This is at 1080p 30 frames per second, which is its max resolution and frame rate here. And you can see the pretty wide field of view on this front facing camera because it does not have stabilization, no EIS on it. So this is going to look a little bit shaky, but you do get this wider field of view here. It's actually performing pretty decently in this pretty ideal lighting condition here in a bit of low light. But let's go ahead and start walking so you can see what I mean by that stabilization or lack thereof. So this should probably be looking pretty shaky right now. And I'm also going to go over to this darker area so you see what this front-facing camera looks like here in this darker situation, as well as how these microphones are canceling out or not canceling out the sound of that water fountain to my right now. And if we pan this way, you'll see the really bright street lights behind me. You can see how this front-facing camera performs there. And I'll just walk over here to this darker area so I get a good view of what it looks like here in a much darker situation. Pretty dark in the viewfinder, but not overly bad really in this price point of a camera. So let me know what you thought of all the photos and videos from the OnePlus Nord N200. What do you think about this roughly $240 phone here? And of course, if you're getting a deal on T-Mobile or Metro, it's potentially very close to free, so not a lot to complain about. I thought the daytime photos looked pretty good, which you would expect it from most phones. And the focus is actually pretty good. It could get pretty close and get some macro shots, which I didn't think it would be able to do. Of course, in low light, it does suffer, which is expected at this price point. Lack of stabilization on the front-facing camera is a little bit disappointing. Of course, no really ultra-wide here. But let me know, what do you think about the OnePlus Nord N200 cameras? Photos, videos, what do you think? Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions as well. I'll try to answer what I can. And as always, thanks for watching.